What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. This is my 1999 Ford Econoline van that I picked up less than 3 weeks ago. When I bought it, I got it for super cheap. It's low mileage in just pristine condition. Look at this thing, it's immaculate. Very minor little cosmetic issues that I'm going to address later. But overall, this thing is beautiful. I got it for a super amazing price, half of what people would typically pay for something of this condition. So I got super lucky. And in less than 3 weeks, I built it into a camper. Now, it was a learning process, and there's some things I would do differently now. And so I do plan on buying another van. I'm going to try to source out a high top van, potentially one that's already 4x4. I'd like to build out another van that you can stand in, has a shower, bathroom, and basically everything set up so you could live in it full time. And I do want 4x4 because I plan to someday down the road again spend a lot of time in the Yukon of Canada and in Alaska, where I'd be on roads that are just so-so, you know. I also would like to build my next van out with a queen bed. But this was a good time. I learned a lot of things. I had a lot of fun doing it, and it was a very quick process. A lot of people are surprised that I was actually able to get as much done as I did get done already. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. There's a few things to tinker here and there, a couple trimming pieces, and just some little minor stuff to do after my first trip coming up in a few days. So when I get back from that, I'm going to finish the van. I'm super stoked with the way that this turned out. So I'm just gonna roll some footage now so you can check it out. And you know, let me know what you think. If you have any ideas for the next van build, let me know. I'm excited to jump into the next one. But besides that, here's some start to finish sort of footage. They have these lag bolts, like these self-tapping lag bolt style things, or whatever you want to call it. Boom, 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 driven into the wood so far. So I'm gonna have to try and get it cleaned out to get the dang socket in here. Obviously not gonna be reusing any of that stuff. So we got this mostly cleaned out in here. Still have to come back and clean more. Well, I'm just gonna clean this off with some glass cleaner, I guess, because sound deadening is on the floor, as well as a water vapor barrier. So we got the floor laid down, screwed down. We'll go down underneath and undercoat everything later from the bottom side. Got the whole cut out. Down in, hopefully first try kind of deal here. And she's snug, that's for damn sure. And once we get her tapped down all the way, we can put the screws in. So once you have connected the wires and crimped them, heat shrink the butt connectors, kind of get the waterproof heat shrinking connectors if you can. And then I wrap them with this electrical insulating tape for kind of just a second precautionary sort of thing. I'm gonna route these wires to here, and then I'm gonna run them along this wire here, just tape them to that one all the way to the back. So I had this 12-volt battery laying around from one of the snowmobiles, pulled it out. Make sure if you test these that you're using a 12-volt power source. Front fan works. All right, so I routed the wires off camera. starting from, again, where the power source will be. There'll be a switch right next to the bed, and then the wires will kind of run along behind the cabinets and then up the B pillar. And then you'll have the first puck light. That aluminum tape is not fucking holding well. Junk. First puck light, second puck light, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth, all in line with each other. All right, so wiring is all running for the lights, the fans, all that stuff. We got a layer of insulation up on the roof. I'm just gonna tape some of these spots here, but then I'm gonna run furring strips across. All right, so here's kind of what I planned out. So ceiling pretty much ready to rock. Just gotta tape a couple things. So I blacked out this window, made sure the window was tight so there'd be no leaks, and leak checked it. Now, covering this area with insulation as well as down there. From the bed on is gonna be all cabinets, and they're gonna come up basically just about flush with the window. I'm gonna run a board down here and then have a board coming straight down, and then that'll get tongue and grooved right up, butt up against this, and then this will get trimmed out. So we got these center boards, the center 5 all done, so I just have 4 more to do before I would start to build out the walls and then trim out these areas. All right, so we need to get more wool insulation because one bag does not do much. That's basically enough to do the ceiling. So yeah, let's get some insulation behind there, and then maybe put a board behind here to make that a little bit sturdier. It wouldn't break, but I just don't want it to have any give to it. And then keep making our way down to the point where the cabinets and the bed are gonna cover it. If it's difficult, we're pulling this board off, right? Oh, not too bad. Just stick it right up in there. All right, so we got these panels in down to behind the bed. And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to make something that is straight here, kind of goes right up to the corner here. Got this board in, follows this line, and as you can see, it kind of comes up flush there. And you got this triangle here now, this opening. All right, so again, we drew up a template on cardboard, cut it out, and cut out a board to fit right here. Boom, boom, no big deal. This is gonna suck right here, doing all these seams, because you don't want to fill in those cracks. You'll have to sit and clean them all out. So we're gonna leave off here for the day. Everything is mudded and sanded out. I went back and skimmed a few things again. This is all mudded up here. The weather stripping fits nice. So usually I use, what is that other brand in the red can? Starts with a Z. I use a different brand of stain block and primer. So yeah, we're gonna leave this video off here. This wall's built out, mudded, primed, sanded, caulked, and ready for paint. The only thing I gotta do now is run a piece of trim along the top. So a little update on the van. I've done a lot off camera, but built out that wall, framed out those windows the way that they're gonna be for now. Trimmed out the roof. This wall's all painted up. I'm installing a diesel heater right now. Let's go around here. So yeah, this is kind of how it's looking so far. Got ourselves a 3-inch hole. It fits, as you can see. Boop, right in there. So now they do supply screws, but I remember last time I installed one of these, I don't think they even supplied any screws for that. They didn't, because all the hardware is right here. But you need to get screws that are gonna sit in there flush enough, because this needs to sit basically like flush against where those screws would be, so it snaps into place, and if those screw heads are sticking out at all, it won't snap in. So let's find some screws. So yeah, these screws need to be like in. They cannot be sitting on top or this will not snap in. So we're gonna see if it'll snap in now. All right, so the carpet is laid, glued, and pulled tight. Kind of rolled out, stapled around the outer ring down to the wood. Now I'm gonna take and just trim out with some wood, and that'll really help hold her down in place. All right, so we got this board made. As you can see, I'm gonna need to skim some things after I get it in here, but let's try and get it in here. This is where it's gonna be fun. Tip it up, try not to fuck up the side panels too much. It's gonna go kind of like that. So I need to basically face off the back of the cabinet, and then I'll add insulation back in behind there, and then, you know, do something here over the wheel well flat, and then face this off, and then this one will be ready to face off. The whole front here is going to be one big piece. But all right, so everything is sanded out in 220 smooth. All the corners have been rounded out nice. So now I'm taking flexible paintable caulking, and I'm caulking the insides of all these cabinets. So here's our cabinet so far. It's ready to go in. These will be capped off after it's put in, and then everything will be caulked on the inside. I had to cut these walls to the shape of the wall, so on both sides. So yeah. Kind of heavy, but kind of not at the same time. All right, so I took it out and trimmed something a little bit, but ouch. So beautiful day, beautiful day. So cabinets are installed. Oh wow, here's this one over here. Couge. You know, a little bit of touch-up stuff here and there I got to do, but now we're gonna focus on making doors. So we got our measurements: 2 doors at 14.25 by 23.5. The small one at 18.5 by 3. 23.5 by 13.25, 23.5 by 18, and then 2 doors at 23.5 by 18.75. All right, so like I said, cut all your doors a 1/2 inch wider in both directions than your opening. That gives you a 1/4 inch overlap on both sides. I test fit one of the doors, and it was exactly how I needed it to be. And then once you have all of them cut out, what I did to make a shaker style door easily was took a 1/4 inch MDF hardboard and ripped it down to 2.5 inches, and then kind of boxed these things out. But besides that, I'm also gonna make something for here. Haven't decided what yet, and then I'm going to try to come up with some sort of trim idea for that. All right, so I threw these doors on. I got to make a few adjustments to those yet. On the bottom down there can go in a hair, but all the doors are on. It roughly adjusted. I got to put a few more magnets on a couple of these doors here, and then I'm probably going to try to throw this countertop on. This needs to be...
You message me when you free, when you have time.
So I did do some flooring off camera. I was super pissy when I was doing this. I do have to do a couple more pieces back there, and then run a piece of trim along here, run a piece of trim along the back, and maybe put some flexible caulking in kind of these seams here where I'm not going to trim it. I don't want to trim all that stuff out. But yeah,